All right, here we go. Part 3. Let's knock this out of the park. So a third type of asymptote, we have vertical, we have horizontal, and now we have a slant asymptote. And so that occurs when the degree of the numerator is exactly 1 higher than the degree of the denominator. Any more than that, and we don't have 1. Any less than that, and it's a horizontal asymptote. So if you notice in this graph, the numerator has a degree of 3, and the denominator has a degree of 2. So since the top had a higher degree than the bottom, we have a slant asymptote because it was higher by 1. All right, and so then the way that we find that asymptote, got ahead of myself, slant asymptote occurs when the degree of the numerator is exactly 1 greater than the degree of the denominator. So to determine that, we can either do long division, and so then what we're going to do is go from writing it like an improper fraction to writing it like a mixed number. And so do you see that it's the quotient plus the remainder over the divisor? Okay, and so then think about as x goes to infinity, because that's what the horizontal asymptote is talking about. This fraction goes to 0, and so then the the slant asymptote is going to be y is equal to 2x plus 1. So looking at the graph, do you see that we have an intercept at 1 and a slope of 2? And then the graph is on either side of that vertical asymptote. So in this case, the vertical asymptote is at x is equal to 2. Okay. All right, so if we take a look at question number 6, I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do this problem. So one way is we could do long division and have x minus 2 on the outside, and we can have 5x squared minus 10x plus 1 on the inside. And so we can say x times what gives me 5x squared, and so hopefully you recognize that would be 5x. And then when I distribute, I get 5x times x is 5x squared, and 5x times negative 2 is negative 10x. And so then we're going to subtract everybody. So with that subtraction, we're going to take the opposite of everybody on the inside, and you'll notice that these cancel, and then I drop down the 1. So there's really nothing else I can do. So do you see that we could say y is equal to 5x plus, and then we can say 1 over the divisor, which is x minus 2. Okay? So another way we could do it is using synthetic division. So remember, synthetic division says take the opposite of this negative 2, which is positive 2. Put that in the corner. Make sure these are in perfect descending order for the exponents of x. And then you pull each coefficient. So I have a coefficient of 5, coefficient of negative 10, and a coefficient of 1. So we drop the 5. 2 times 5 makes 10. Add those together, we get 0. 2 times 0 is 0, and we get a remainder of 1. So this is going to go over the divisor. This will be x to the 0, and this will be x to the first. So notice we got 5x. We didn't have any constant, and then we say plus 1 over x minus 2. So then the question is, what's happening as the absolute value of x goes to infinity? So whether you're going to the right or going to the left, it doesn't matter. So as the x is getting really, really large, the 5x is also getting really, really large. And then the fraction is going to 0. And so that means that my slant asymptote is going to be y is equal to 5x. So let's check Desmos to see if that's true. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more than I typically would. So that is the graph that we're talking about. And if I type in y is equal to 5x, do you see that this green line, and it's really, really close because we're zoomed out, it's going to go right in between those 2 graphs and then not touch those 2 graphs. And then we would also have this asymptote here at x is equal to 2. So I can type that in. It's going to look like it touches only because we're so zoomed out, but you can see that that helps me get my graph. All right, so if we take a look at question number 7, I'm going to go ahead and use synthetic division. And something that I notice, I've got a second power, I got a first power, but I don't have a constant. So I'm going to say plus 0. So the opposite of positive 1 is negative 1. That's going to go in the corner. And then I have coefficients of 1, negative 1, and a constant of 0. Okay. So we're going to drop the 1, Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. The sum of those two is negative 2. Negative 1 times negative 2 is 2. And then the sum of that is 2. So this can go over the divisor, which was x plus 1. This is my x to the 0, and this is my x to the first. So I have 1x to the first minus 2 times any number to the 0 is 1, and then plus the remainder over the divisor. So this isn't anything different. This would be called like the improper version of the fraction, and this is called like the mixed number of the fraction. So this is still the graph itself. So my question to you is, as the absolute value of x goes to infinity, what is happening to everything? So y is going to, well, x is still going to go to infinity. Negative 2 is going to stay negative 2, but this fraction is going to become 0 as x gets really, really large. So that means that I have a slant asymptote. And again, I know that because the degree on the top was 2 and the degree on the bottom is 1. So the top was exactly 1 higher. And my slant asymptote is at y is equal to x minus 2. Okay, you can check that on Desmos just to be sure, but I'm going to go ahead and move forward. All right, so then there's times when the denominator is not going to give me a vertical asymptote. So we saw that with the graph before where we had the hole. And so if you notice in this function here, the x minus 3's can cancel, leaving me with f of x is equal to x plus 2. So I'm going to skip a bunch of this and we're going to take a look at what that looks like on the graph. So do we see that when we cancel it, we get this line of y is equal to x plus 2. So I have an intercept at 2 and a slope of 1. But if I try to plug in x equal to 3 to my original function, I would get a denominator of 0, and that can't happen. And so at x equal to 3, I have a hole instead of an asymptote. So at 3, 5, there is point discontinuity. So taking a look at this graph right here, do you see that we have x plus 3's in common? So those would cancel. And so then I would be left with x plus 1 over x times x minus 2. So the x equal to negative 3, that part that I canceled out, that's going to be a hole. And then the x is going to give me a vertical asymptote at x equals 0. And the x minus 2 is going to give me a vertical asymptote at x is equal to 2. So you can see that they wrote that right here. All right. And then if we want to get fancy, the degree on the top is 1. And if I distribute the x, I get an x squared. So the degree on the bottom is 2. And since the bottom has a higher degree than the numerator, I would have a horizontal asymptote at y is equal to 0. So what this looks like is this crazy looking graph where at x equal negative 3, we would have a hole. So I have a vertical asymptote at x is 0, a vertical asymptote at x is 2, a horizontal asymptote at y equals 0, and a hole in the graph at x is negative 3. Now, to graph something like this, we would need an XY chart, and we would just test points to the left, in the middle, and to the right of the asymptotes in order to get that. All right, so let's say we want to graph this. We're thinking maybe there's a slant asymptote in here. Let's see if we can factor that numerator. So if I do, I'm saying what multiplies to give me negative 6, that adds to give me positive 1. And so that would be something like 3 and negative 2. That would multiply to give me negative 6 and add to give me positive 1. So this numerator could be x plus 3 times x plus 2 if I wanted to factor that. The only problem is none of that cancels with this x minus 1. So that doesn't actually help me. So what I do notice is my numerator has a degree of 2 and my denominator has a degree of 1. And when the top has a higher degree than the bottom, then instead of having a horizontal asymptote, because it's exactly 1 higher, I'm going to have a slant asymptote. So we found that by taking the opposite of this number, we're going to do synthetic division. And then I've got 2, 1, and a constant. So I'm going to take each of those coefficients and I'm going to do this division. So I'm going to drop the 1. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. Add that and we get 0. Negative 1 times 0 is 0. And negative 6 plus 0 is negative 6. So we're going to put this over the divisor of x plus 1. This is my x to the 0 and this is my x to the first. So again, this is the improper form of the fraction. And then I can say y equal to x, and then you can either say plus, or you can just say, you can say plus a negative, or you can just say minus, and then 6 over x plus 1. So this is the same function as this one, just written kind of like as a mixed number. So then the question is, as the absolute value of x goes to infinity, what's happening to y? So x is still going to infinity, that's what we said right here. And then this fraction is going to 0. So we're going to say plus 0. So that means that my slant asymptote is going to be the line y equal x. So if we want to graph that, that has an intercept at 0 and a slope of 1. And so we get this line right here. All right, so then what else you should have noticed is because I couldn't divide out that x plus 1, I have a vertical asymptote. So my vertical asymptote is going to occur when x plus 1 is equal to 0, meaning that's a disturbance in my domain, speaking my Star Wars language. So we get x is equal to -1 is my vertical asymptote. So I'm going to go ahead and draw in that line. And then I'm not quite sure what to do. So I don't have a parent graph for this one, so I'm going to have to go back to the old reliable, which is the XY chart. Okay, and so we're going to have to plug that into this original equation here, so it's going to take a little bit of work. And then I'm going to pick points around my asymptote at -1. So if I highlight what is around -1, we're talking about x values of -3 and -2 because -1 is an asymptote. And then to the right of that would be 0 and 1. That's how I'm picking those points. So then I'm going to plug that into my inequality. So I'm going to have something like y is equal to -3 squared plus -3 minus 6 over, and then I'm going to have to put parentheses around this and say -3 plus 1. So put parentheses around your numerator and your denominator in your calculator and see what you get. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this and figure this out. So you're going to end up with 0 in the numerator and -2 in the denominator. So in my no okay land, that looks like okay. So then that's going to be 0. Okay. So do exactly the same thing for the other 3 points, just plugging in the different values inside those parentheses. So pause the video and get that done, and I'm going to do that myself. All right, so I found these y values. So I'm going to start plotting. So I have -3, 0. I have -2, 4. So I can go along my asymptotes, cut through those points, and go along this asymptote here. Then I have a point at 0, -6, and I have a point at 1, -2. And then again, I'm going to travel along my asymptotes, cut through those 2 points, and then follow my asymptote again. So that would be a graph with a vertical asymptote and a slant asymptote.